Okay, everybody, welcome back to another Company of Heroes gameplay. I'm playing against FrustrateHead and Ghost44 along with teammate XXX Marine. XXX, whatever that means, I don't know. Anyway, we are playing on Crossing in the Woods. I'm turning off the fog of war here just to show the map. It's a familiar one. I've played it before. It's got this middle one with the bridge in it. It's got some good choke points, not too hard to defend some of the areas. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and start this game off. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I do believe, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I do believe it's somewhat of a quick to medium length game. So I'm just going to speed up the intro because obviously there's not anything main that's going on here. I believe I do go mainly infantry again, trying to cap some of these points. As you can see, the opponent has obviously sped up and gotten some grenadiers out on the field. I'm going to go ahead and show the fog of war, that way I'm not lagging so much. But I'm going to slow it back down here for a second. But I've got my conscript group in here. I'm going to try and take out these grenadiers. The grenadiers just excel in a lot of ways, so unless you've got good cover and some support, you're going to have a bad time. But anyway, my partner is trying to move up and take this middle victory point. He's already moved his way up the left a little bit. For some reason, I don't know why, actually, I got myself some mortars. Probably it's just some support. I think I put them probably somewhere around here. I've got a machine gun crew that's just off here in the back that I was trying to suppress infantry and, you know, get it set up so that my conscripts can come in and help out. I'm trying to reinforce my conscripts, bring it back out. I hope at this point I was building another conscript. I wasn't. I was letting my resources gather up. I'm probably either going for an MG nest, or I'm sorry, MG crew or mortar. Or I wasn't. I just wasn't paying attention. That's also a valid option. But anyway, so I eliminated enough of the grenadiers that I can get my units in here. If we go ahead and slow this down and turn the fog of war off for a second. He's got an MG crew here to help suppress and keep this victory point, so that's good for him. He started to bring up his units and start to protect this. So the mortar squad looks like it's doing some work. That will definitely help for support and suppression. So I'm trying to take some of these points back just to get resource control again. But they've got their mortars and their machine gunners. They've got some good support set up as well. I'm trying to also set up some good anti-infantry. I've got a machine gun crew up here. So like I said, I've got those mortars, the machine gun crew up there, taking back some of these points. The shock troops, I find their grenade ability is just very, it can be a decision-making point sometimes to take out an infantry squad that I can't deal with. Right here, as you can see, I used it, pretty much eliminate that engineer squad, move up my MG squad so that they can help with some suppression of units, but unfortunately they get a scout car in here. But I've got some conscripts in here. I believe, I'm going to double check real quick. I have not upgraded them with the... Have I not upgraded them? No, I must have bought... I think I've already bought that. But anyway, I think my conscripts... No, it looks like I haven't... Oh, I was building it. That would be why I couldn't see it. But anyway, so I've got the conscripts with the anti-tank grenades. Those really help, especially with small vehicles. They can help take out... at least an engine so they can slow down and, you know, have a bigger issue to deal with. So here he got his scout car again. I'm bringing in my shock troops to try and push forward a little bit. We do have 1 victory point. Our score is going down while we haven't even gotten any points on the field yet. But my mortar squad as well as my MG squad are here again for support. If they try and move up and take that, I can suppress them while I bring in some infantry to try and control the situation. I don't believe I've lost any units yet, as you can see up here, but I'm reinforcing them and trying to do the best that I can. But I got that conscripts crew in there with an anti-tank grenade on that scout car right there that you saw. And like I said, it destroyed its engine, so if we just remove the fog of war for a second, you can see that it's got a damaged engine. He does have an anti-tank gun up here, but I don't believe I go tanks for quite some time, so I'm going to go ahead and turn fog of war back on. Again, I got my mortar and my MG crew up there. They're both 1 veterancy. My partner's doing a good job trying to suppress the enemy. He's also gone infantry with the assault package. He's trying to take this fuel and victory point back. Fuel can be the deciding factor sometimes. I believe I get my infantry in here to, harm this scout car before I lose my MG nest. So I got lucky there, paying attention, making sure I use some hotkeys to retreat. Threw a grenade in there, took out some units. It's definitely important to make sure you can micromanage in situations like this where sometimes, 1 or 2 keystrokes can be the deciding factor of the game. I tried to get my conscripts up there to throw an anti-tank grenade, but I just couldn't. I didn't have enough. I didn't have the time. Sometimes, like I said, I forget about my units back here, but I've gone ahead and I'm building my tank building so I can get my T-34s out there for the late game like I was talking about. I did a really good job over here suppressing them. My partner was doing a good job trying to keep them at bay. He set up a sandbag to help out with the suppression. But, like what keeps happening, he keeps having a scout car. The scout car for them is very, very good with that machine gun that they can get up. Or it's like their half-track or something like that. It's their equivalent. But anyway, so I've got my shock troops trying to come in here, assault these guys, got rid of that unit. I've got my MG nest back there and my mortars again still to provide the suppression that I need. They're in this building here, but I couldn't tell until I ran up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fog of war back off. I accidentally threw a grenade. I thought it was a Molotov to burn down that building, but oh well, no big deal. So I managed to somehow kill this. I think I actually killed it with the regular old rifle. I don't know if I threw a grenade at it. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, we're getting to somewhat of a turning point in the game. My partner has a small tank out, and he's got some good positions with his MG nest. We're starting to take this victory point back, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the fog of war. The enemy doesn't really have lots of units to counter the units that he's got up in here to deal with. So my partner was doing a really good job over here. I'm going to head back over to my area. They do have, unfortunately, a Stug, which I do have some difficulty with trying to take out. But anyway, I'm just going to show the fog of war again. I got my T-34 rolling in. That's going to do some damage. I do some good micromanaging with it, and I believe I'm able to take out this Stug, actually. Or if I don't, I get my conscripts in here with an anti-tank gun, and I can eliminate him. But no, I'm pretty sure I take it out with the T-34. Yeah, right there. I blow it up, so I got lucky. Good micromanaging, didn't take much damage with the T-34. Just have to remember to replace these units. Sometimes I forget, so I hope that didn't actually... I don't think I can change the game. I hope not. No, okay, good. Whew, that would have been really interesting. It just happened that I pressed the keys at the same time. So I've got my T-34 up here. As you can see, he's got like no units around this area, so I'm going to try and push forward and take some of these territories. I'm repairing the T-34 with my engineers. I'm going to turn that fog of war back off again. But I had come up here, got some good cover with the conscript squad, and I'm taking this spot from them as well as making sure to take the spot back here. So with this conscript squad, I threw a Molotov out there just to try and do some infantry suppression. It didn't really work out too well. Luckily, I got them out of there before it was too late. T-34 starts to roll up, you know, take some of these guys out. I don't think I move them forward to take out the half-track, but they use their grenadiers to disable my engine, so I bring in my other T-34. And from this point, I just pretty much control this side of the field. My partner, unfortunately, his MG nest is not inside enough to take this victory point, but he's got a T-70 light tank that he can just recrew with some infantry or conscripts if he moves them up. I've pretty much at this point got tons of infantry, lots of veterancy. That's very, very helpful in the late game. So they're going to come forward and and basically cap some territories, and the game pretty much changes from here. The fronts have switched, but I had a plane come in here. He was doing some infantry control. It's the plane attack, so he was doing some damage as far as infantry were going. I'm gonna get rid of the fog of war. As you can see, there's really not that much infantry that purple has. They just got another scout car. Red is doing a good job with AT and support, but like I said, I bring in my T-34s, take out his scout cars. You know, I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can to his infantry and other tanks, because when you got one tank and they don't, that can be a big deciding factor. But I got another T-34 over here, just in case they do happen to get something by me that I couldn't see. But I bring them up to help with the cause. The one enemy has a Panzer IV over here, like I was talking about earlier. The machine gun can sometimes be a little bit cheap, but my partner does a good job of managing it. And I'm pretty confident from this point out it's just a downhill stroll for us, so I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. I bring in my infantry to help with the infantry suppression if I have them. Again, I have to back them off because I didn't defeat this machine gun nest, so almost, I think I actually do lose. Yep, I do lose my one T-34 here, but I was able to micromanage and get rid of his Panzer IV before he was able to destroy any other T-34s. So that was some good managing by me. Almost lost this T-34. It was very, very close, but I called in another strafing run pretty much, and then I bring in the infantry and another T-34. So I've built 4 so far. I had started to back one up because I didn't want him to die, especially with that veterancy. So pretty much at this point the game is over. We're destroying their base. My partner actually, you know, didn't do too well of a job keeping these territories or recapping the victory points. It was pretty much me with the T-34s coming in here at the end and just destroying him at the end. But he did a good job distracting them and keeping them at bay while I was able to take in the sweep from the side. For some reason I retreat all my infantry, but at this point I'm pretty sure he comes in with some T-34s, yeah, destroys his tanks, and they actually resign. We don't win by annihilation or victory point win at all. We actually had less victory points. They had more victory points towards the end, but I kept this T-34 here just to annoy and stuff like that. I've got 4 T-34s on the field. Like I said, tanks towards the end of the game is what win this game. So we win in just a second here, but it was pretty much at the conclusion after I kill this half-track. It was pretty much when they surrendered. They said, okay, we have no units on the field. There's nothing we can do. So that's that game, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and upload this as soon as I can. Let me know if you want to see certain maps or certain gameplays. But until then, no FUMAR, signing off.